Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bragaton. Let's go help out Sela at the jewelry shop.
My skills are absolute.
My eyes deceive me. Victorious Knight Commander himself has paid a visit to my shop. Such an honor, such an honor. A dignified dwarf in a luxurious, beautifully adorned garment bows to you, before turning to Sela. You are most welcome as well, Iomedes faithful. It is a pleasure to see so many brave crusaders within these walls. I am Derek Sunhammer, the jeweler. The shop is one of many that I own. Ah, Master Derek himself. Heard the only place one is likely to bump into you is at a royal reception. Not at all. My wares are expensive, not least because I have to buy costly metals and gems, and also pay for the security of shops and workshops throughout Mendev and beyond its borders. My prices limit the circle of my clientele, but that doesn't mean I myself shun all those not in possession of a noble title. Master Derek gives you a warm smile. I must say again, I'm very glad to see you here. Why did you decide to open a shop on the front line of the war? There are two sides to me, if I can put it that way. I am both a merchant and an artist. For the artist in me, the crusade is a limitless source of inspiration. In recent years, I've crafted very few delicate items, plant and flower patterns, you know. My current preference is for heavier, larger jewelry, dark metal, expressive gems, and cool colors. Everything that reminds me of steel armor, the calming weight of a shield in your hand, the clash of weapons. But the merchant in me sees something else in Dresden. A risky but potentially fruitful new market. If you succeed in your noble cause and defeat, or at least push back the demons, the city will thrive. Whoever is first to make a splash here will reap the rewards. Those are my motives. Inspiration and greed in equal measure. Master Derek makes a helpless gesture. Sela wants to talk to you about something. You have my full attention. The dwarf strokes his beard. It's simple, Master. You might remember that a while ago, Sir Elin of the Houndhearts ordered a ring from you. A silvery ring with a blue-green gem. I'd like to buy something similar, but I only have this much money. Sela shows him her coin purse. If what Sela is offering is not enough, I will help. Come on, Donald. Sela is embarrassed. I only invited you along for advice. I can handle the expenses myself. I would advise you not to reject the commander's help out of hand. With his participation, I can offer you something truly special that fits your description perfectly. A ring with a blue-green gem, just as you've described. This is one of my latest creations, and I'm very proud of it. Alas, your own funds, my dear, are only enough for my plainest ring. The gem in it is not the right color. So I'm curious how it plays out if you don't buy the ring, or help her buy the ring. I've only ever offered to help pay for it. I mean, we're still going to help here. At 1,000 gold coins, we need the very best. Sela sends you a grateful look. Master Derek lowers his head respectfully, retrieves a box from the bag on his belt, opening it to reveal an exquisite ring with a glittering blue-green jewel. He lets a light play on the gem's facets, and places the box in Sela's hand. This is a special item, and I'm glad to see it go to someone as worthy as yourself. For how could the commander's friend be anything but? May it bring good fortune to its owner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I don't usually make sales in my own shops. I have golems for that. Besides, I prefer spending my time at my workbench, not behind the counter. But I was glad to serve you, Commander, and your valiant companion. All the best. So he thinks the ring is for Sela. No, he didn't. She did explain it was for Elin. Right, let me go back and double check. It doesn't specify it's for Elin. She says that Elin ordered a ring like it. Well, that's that done. Because here he says... Yeah. He thinks the ring is going to Seele. Anyway, well, that's that done. Seele stows the ring box. Come with me to the barracks to give the ring to Elin, will you? After that, we go to the tavern and have a few drinks. Are you happy with what you bought? Well, yes. The truth is, I just needed a reason to talk to him and show him that I want us to patch things up. I'm not great at this friendship stuff, but I'm trying. Let's go. The only dealings with jewelry were back when I used to steal it. Even remembering it makes me sick. Dresden is a nice little town. And since we got here, it's really I'm not going to be able to read that fast. Without rushing through the words. Probably won't understand what I'm saying. Seele, Knight Commander. Elin seems a little discomfited. Be good to see you. Not this again. Well, to avoid a drawn-out conversation, I'll just get to the point. I got you a gift. It's, well, a ring. Replace the one Curl stole. Oh, Seele, thank you so much. But you shouldn't have. I've already apologized to you for how I behaved back at the camp. And I'll say it again. I don't blame you for anything. We fought shoulder to shoulder here in Dresden. Can't we just let bygones be bygones? Sure we can, but take the present. Your wedding is right around the corner. Seele puts the ring in the knight's hand. Do you still distrust me and the power I've been granted, Elin? The knight endures your look and answers smoothly. Yes, Commander. I still have my doubts. I'm just a warrior. I have faith in the god's will, but I'm used to relying on things I can understand. Things I know. An honest sword. A prayer passed down through the generations. Don't take it as a sign of disrespect. It'd be more disrespectful to lie to your face. I do have respect for him for that. Did you know we found Janna? After she ran off, she was taken prisoner by demons. So I heard, and I'm not surprised. She didn't just let us down, she let herself down too. And by the way, when is the long-awaited wedding? Very soon. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. It'd be a tremendous honor if you'd come to my wedding. We're going to hold it not far from the walls of Dresden, to the east toward the river. Seele's already been invited. Now I'm asking you. You showed so much kindness to me when you helped me look for that ill-fated ring. I simply must repay you somehow. Besides, Janna would simply love to meet you, and I can't deny her anything. This is great. Say you'll go, Donald. We'll have so much fun. Aren't you worried about holding the wedding outside the city walls? We chose a place that is still within range of the holy power of the Sword of Valor. My fellow Houndhearts will be there, and Kiana and her friends know how to handle themselves. Of course, the location is not entirely risk-free. Nowhere in the World Wound is. But it's as protected as it can be. And the territory has been much calmer since your victory. I'll be there. Thank you, Commander. And you, Seele, for the gift. So long, my friend. Seele turns to you. Thank you for coming for a walk with me. It's nice to take a breather between fights sometimes. Hope we have a good time at the wedding. All these battles and divine powers. We need to make sure we don't lose touch with ordinary life. Let's scroll up real quick. Alright, so while we're walking, Seele said, "My only dealings with jewelry were back when I used to steal it. Even remembering it makes me sick. Dresden is a nice little town, and since we got here, it's really transformed. It looks better than ever. I don't care what anybody says. I like life in the Crusade. So many different people, and everyone has been brought together by a common goal. When I go to pray to the Sword of Valor, this feeling of total calm comes over me. It's like, look around you, Seele. You've come a long way, and now exactly where you're supposed to be. The fortress walls won't protect us against flying demons, of course, but still, I can't help breathing a little easier when I'm behind them. Surprised we didn't level up off that. It's really close, though.
I'm gone. Should move.
Alright, the wedding meadow. This meadow on the brink of the river is where Elend and Kiana decided to celebrate their wedding. This picturesque spot seems quite safe. Commander, Seele, you're here. Elend is trying so desperately to hide his excitement, it's almost comical. Welcome. I'm a little confused. Where are the musicians? The crowd of drunken guests? The last wedding I went to, we had the priest drunk off his face. Oh please, don't try to do that here. We've already had enough trouble. Kiana worships Desna, I, Iomedae. In the end we invited a priestess of Abadar to conduct the ceremony, so that no one would be offended. Congratulations, but where is the food? Let me tell you everything. Before the official ceremony, all the guests are enjoying themselves at 2 venues. The one on the right has been organized by my Houndhearts. The one on the left, by Kiana's friends. Each venue has its own theme, but I won't tell you which is which. It'll be more fun to see for yourselves. Both venues have food and drinks, and a little contest where you can win prizes. Kiana is greeting guests at her venue, and I'm leaving for mine now. I have a special role to play there. Enjoy, Commander. There's still time for the beginning of the ceremony. Before the beginning of the ceremony. Seele, thank you for coming too. It's kind of funny that Seele is actually Elend's friend, and she's getting a second fiddle in the comments, or in the dialogue.
Something over there.
A slender young woman in a flowing dress walks toward you. The first thing you notice is her eyes. They're a striking blue-green. Welcome, travelers, to the secret steep land of Ustalav. You've come to the kingdom of green mysteries and exquisite secrets. I, the vampire princess, am delighted to see you in my castle. After a pause, the girl smiles coyly. I'm glad to finally meet you, Commander, Seele. I'm Kiana, soon to be the wife of that unfortunate knight who invited you here. Seele rolls her eyes. Horrible. Imagine walking through the world wound and then, bam, you're in Ustalav. I'm not even sure if a paladin is allowed to feast with a vampire princess. It's lucky you're not a follower of Pharasma, valiant Seele. Arsinoe, the Dresden priestess of Abadar, is a short distance away from the happy bride. Although, I'll admit, I'm not used to feasting with the undead either. Oh, stop it. My friends and I are completely harmless vampires. We won't bite. Kiana laughs musically. Truth be told, we chose the theme of Ustalav because it lets us wear beautiful dresses, light candles, and drink red wine all evening, pretending that it's blood. I personally can't think of a better way to celebrate my wedding. Oh, Vampire Princess, I'm honored to be your guest. Welcome, guest. My castle may be humble, but I hope it will entertain you. We should have had everyone all in one place, though. I can't get enough of Elend's lavish Fey Monarch costume.
This is my kind of work.
I got a marzipan bone. Very delicate and probably sweet.
I found something.
Kiana and Elin make such a beautiful couple. Arsana lowers her head graciously. Knight Commander, how can I help? What do you think of the celebration? I prefer a church ceremony, a more formal approach to the celebration. But there is a certain charm in how unpretentious everything is here. We priests who choose to make our home in savage and dangerous lands see a lot of things during our lifetime, including exotic weddings. We don't bat an eye at a celebration where the groom is wearing a Fey Monarch costume and the bride is dressed as an evil vampire. I'll walk around some more.
Follow if you dare.
The rings of the future husband and wife. The one bought by Kiana, and the one given by Sela to Elin.
I'm off.
The commander himself is here. Well, I never.
I do what I must.
A Fey steps into your path. You suppose he must be a Houndheart, but its knight's armor is mixed with gaudy items. There are fake wings fastened to his back. Halt, travelers. You're stepping into the wonderful land, the charmed land, the most perfect land ever created by the gods, the first world. And I am its guard, the beautiful Fey Gate Mistress. But before you enter, answer my question. What is the key that opens every gate? Tentacles. So if I say that, he responds, I don't know why people keep telling him that. It's like, why do people keep saying that? Valor. Indeed. For it was the valor of my comrade Elin that won the heart of the beautiful Kiana. Now you may enter, and learn the mysteries of the past, and fight for the treasure for our Fey ruler. Sorry, of our Fey ruler. Can't read today. Fey points to the middle of the tent, where seated on a throne is none other than Elin. His head is crowned with fake horns. A green cape sweeps over his shoulders, and his torso is proudly bare. Treasure. Well, well, well. What'll they give us? Where do I sign up? I'm ready. Is Elin pretending to be a wild hunt monarch? He is the monarch, the true ruler of the magical land of the first world. The Fey lowers his voice. The bride is particularly taken with the costume. Fey, what is that tiara you are wearing? It is so beautiful and exquisitely crafted. This is the tiara of beautiful Fey. To tell you the truth, I borrowed it from my sister as a prop. It was a gift from an admirer of hers. She's gone off him now and doesn't wear it anymore. But I believe it's the work of Sunhammer himself. It's a good thing it's not a real Fey tiara. Real Fey tiaras can make strange things happen. You put one on, and donkey ears might grow out of your head. Sela grumbles. What is the Fey ruler's treasure? It is a priceless artifact which our monarch has owned since the dawn of time. It looks exactly like an ordinary broom. But don't be fooled into thinking we Fey simply failed to find any good props. So the artifact. The monarch used to own it, and then a treacherous predator, the most fearsome of any who live in the forests of the first world, sneaked into the treasury and stole it. This predator lives in a secret lair, which is conveniently located in this area. Everyone who makes it through the enchanted wilds of the first world and reaches the beast's lair will get a reward. Darn. Old-timer Sela hasn't played games like this since her thieving days. We've got to accept the challenge, Donald. We want to take part in the treasure hunt. Alright. Then I'll repeat the rules. You need to search our corner of the first world and find our amazing broom-shaped artifact. But first you need to answer a few riddles. You'll see. And come face to face with a dangerous predator. And then you'll get the reward.
I'm gone. Impossible!
Well, I tried.
We do it my way.
Oh, hello, adventurer. You must be looking for the artifact that was stolen from the Wild Hunt Monarch. I'm the beast who crept in and snatched the artifact. I've taken steps to prevent the stolen property from being returned to its rightful owner. Namely, I placed a true artifact among several fakes. You'll never guess which one is the real one. The beast points at a few identical brooms. Are you the Predator, the most formidable beast in the forest of the First World? Actually, I'm a lawyer from Nerosian and a friend of Elin. The Predator makes a helpless gesture. When they were giving out roles for the celebration, guess who was appointed the magical beast? They said I was the hairiest fellow in the party. It's alright. I have my own wedding coming up. I'll even the score then. What will happen if I choose one of the fake artifacts? According to the rules, you're supposed to turn to stone if you take the wrong broom. I mean, artifact. But to be honest, I'm willing to help you out. I actually forgot which one I marked as the right one. So I could just take the broom and go. There's supposed to be a battle with the Predator. I'm not drunk enough for that yet. So just take any broom and go. Don't forget to give it to Elin. The Monarch will reward you for returning the artifact. And we leveled up.
Follow if you dare.
Great cheers for Elin and Kiana. They probably fake Sheikah the Mini. You see a broad-shouldered dwarf woman wearing a hood. The outline of her form is constantly trembling and shifting. Probably because of a spell of some sort. Oh yeah, absolutely. Greetings, traveler. We are Sheikah the Mini, the rulers of time, piercing through all epochs. I've also seen it pronounced epics, but I've always said it epochs. We know all the secrets of the past and the present. We can reveal your destiny to you through this fortune cookie. The woman points at the box beside her. You can't be the real Sheikah, right? The woman winks but says nothing. Take a fortune cookie. The note of the cookie says, if one door closes, another is sure to open. The note of the cookie says, you'll have an amazing journey, new friends, and many unexpected discoveries. This one says, don't believe in the solitary life. There's always someone who can't take their eyes off you. Don't ignore the whispers of fate. If you can't do it, you guys start again from the beginning. Alright, I think that's it. Thanks. I'll be going now. Elin is trying very hard to maintain his aloof demeanor, but he can't help breaking into a smile every few moments. Mortals, you've returned my artifact, and I shall reward you forthwith. We fame monarchs and noble beings, and not evil at all. Color me surprised, friend. Never thought I'd see our straight-laced Sir Elin come to his own wedding dressed up as a fey princeling. I'm begging you, no jokes about the horns, please. I don't want to be remembered as the cuckold bridegroom. Elin sighs. But start smiling again. But then start smiling again. I don't know if you've ever fallen in love, Seelah. I don't remember you ever talking about it. But when it happens, you're no longer who you once were. I suppose I didn't expect this of myself either. But Kiana was so desperate to have an unusual wedding. I thought to myself, if unusual is the goal, then I should do something I've never done before. Yeah, the wedding's great. I'm having fun. All the guests keep telling me that. That means all the effort was worth it. And now, if you please, I'd like to return to my role. Please, continue enjoying the festivities. I can't even tell if I look dashing or ridiculous. What else do you want, travelers? We'll just walk around. Of course. The First World hides many wonders.
I do what I must.
There it is. Okay. So they all say bridesmaid. You have to speak to this one specifically for the game. The marzipan bone that we got. A young woman in a flowing dress smiles at you, showing off fake fangs. Welcome, travelers. I'm the keeper of the macabre menagerie. Truth be told, we only have a few animals in our possession, none of which are all that macabre. And the main attraction is currently sulking under the table. But this doesn't diminish my grand title among the servants of the Vampire Princess. By the way, you helped me lure the fearsome beast out of hiding. I will reward you for your help. What do I need to do to lure out the monster? It's easy. Find a bone. Rascal. I mean, the fearsome beast loves them. He'll come running. Bring me any bone and the reward is yours. Alright, give the bone. Here is a bone. Oh, you dismembered old Killy. Our poor skeleton. Alright. So I was the one who set the task. I'll have to give you a reward. You can choose. A kiss or a prize. A prize. Why? Are you afraid of my vampire charms? Fine. Here's your prize. Ah, rascal, there you are. Look at the bone our guest found for you. What's that he's wearing? A jeweled collar? Yes. Like it? It's by Derek Sunhammer himself. Nothing's too good for my darling rascal. I can't believe it. The dog has a collar by a master jeweler. Too much coin makes people do strange things sometimes. I once heard about some aristocrat who bathed his horses in a special gold bathtub. Tila rubs her nose, suddenly pensive. It's funny that Derek Sunhammer's jewelry is everywhere at this party. Good boy. The dog wags his tail. I already read that. I'll be going. Of course. Be sure to have some wine. I mean, blood. Alright, let's level up real quick. So we get Aura of Faith. At 14th level, a paladin's weapons are treated as good a line for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. Any attack made against an enemy within 10 feet of her is treated as good a line for the purposes of overcoming damage reduction. This ability functions only while the paladin is conscious, not if she is unconscious or dead. And we get Divine Weapon Bond +4. Athletics, Perception, and Persuasion. Asila gets another Mercy, and an additional use of Divine Weapon Bond. Trickery, Knowledge World, and Perception. Let's do Confused. That does pop up every now and then. Alright, Lan gets Quarry. A character can, as a standard action, denote one target within his line of sight as his quarry. He receives a +2 insight bonus on attack rolls made against his quarry, and all critical threats are automatically confirmed. A character can have no more than one quarry at a time. Athletics, Mobility, or Nature, and Perception. Alright, Woljif. Oh, gets nothing for the first time. Trickery, Stealth, Knowledge Arcana, and Perception. Alright, Stone Skin and Invisibility Greater. And Oberyn gets a bonus combat feat. Athletics, mobility, lore nature, and perception. Maybe improved initiative. They can dive into the enemy backline faster. A lunge would be good too. Let's do lunge. You can increase the reach of your melee attacks by 5 feet until the end of your turn by taking a -2 penalty to your armor class until your next turn. You must decide to use this ability before any attacks are made. If that's what I want. Yeah, it seems fine. And Socio also gets nothing, but he will get more spells. Low religion, perception, and lore nature. Alright, real quick, let's slot our spells. This is redundant with Aura of Faith. And this will be redundant with protection from fire, or resist fire. But sure. This might be worth it. Everybody has a bonus to wisdom. This also increases everybody's perception. We could get another casting of heal, but I think this is fine. Alright.
I'm always ready.
Before we do anything else, let's go ahead and buff up. For no particular reason. I didn't mean to actually... Ah, shoot. That's okay. Not a big deal. Wait, Rob. Hold on here.
Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana. Ronda Gravio, Imimosi, Travisi. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana.
Rely on
Something wrong.
My will is resolute.
Sentes. Ona Adayana. Luminosi Travisi. Aporane Sentes. Aporane Sentes. Aporane Sentes. Aporane Sentes. Fabrizio Turino. Ona Gravio. Ona Adayana. Ona Adayana.
I think we only need fire protection here, but again, blanket buffing is always a good idea.
Adayanam. Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam. Ragioni Savitur. Ragioni Savitur. Ragioni Savitur. Ragioni Savitur. Ragioni Savitur.
Search for the beauty with your heart.
Inimosi Travi. Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam. Ona Adayanam. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi. Inimosi Travisi.
There we go. Arsena lowers her head graciously. Knight Commander, how can I help? Wait for the beginning of the ceremony. I don't mind spending the time before the ritual with you. Are you sure? I'm a boring companion, and there are plenty of entertaining activities around. There are, I should say. I've already seen enough of the entertainments. Your company is most welcome, Knight Commander. I might have your attention, everyone. Before we get to the important part of the ceremony, I want you to welcome two very dear guests. This is the commander of the 5th Crusade, thanks to whose efforts the Sword of Valor flies proudly over Dresden. And Sela, Paladin of Iomedae, the commander's companion, and someone I have the honor of calling a friend. Sela, would you say a few words?
Hello, everyone. Hey, I need some advice. What should I say? Giving speeches really isn't my thing.
Sela glances at you and adds in a whisper. Just speak from the heart.
Right. I always complicate things, but I just need to say what I feel. Friends, I'm not good at making beautiful speeches, so here's an ugly speech, but it comes from the heart. I am so happy for you. May everything be good for you. May all your troubles pass you by. May neither demons nor misfortunes ever separate you. That's what we're fighting for, isn't it? For weddings, fun, and laughter. Even in the cursed lands of the World Wound. Even after 100 years of war.
Sela turns to you and adds quietly. Yes, you're exactly right.
You know, I wanted you to come here with me so I could show you that our efforts aren't in vain. Not long ago, demons ruled over all of this area we're in, and they did all sorts of abominable things here. But now, Dresden stands as an indestructible fortress, and weddings are taking place here. It's all because of you. So, let's watch the ceremony and enjoy ourselves.
Sela smiles. I probably upset some people by casting a large person before the ceremony, and then having the audacity to sit up front. Arsena casts a solemn look over the gathered crowd. Her eyes are glistening, either from emotions or the vampire wine. Welcome, honored guests. The wedding of Elin and Kiana. Today, I'm delighted to play my part in the beginning of something so special. The beginning of a new happy family. When something as strong as your love for one another is born from the chaos of life, all the gods of order triumph. Seele is smiling. Her expression is tense as she observes the proceedings. Before we begin the most important part of the ceremony, ask all the guests to put something in this cup that they think would serve the newlyweds well in their new chapter. Ah, I've heard about this custom. It's called the Cup of Wishes. People put nice little things symbolizing wishes. For example, a coin for wealth, a toy for the birth of a child, and so on. I'll put in a coin. Yeah, throw 1,000 gold into the cup. May your family never know poverty. The guests put their gifts into the cup one by one. A luxurious shimmering tiara, a flashy ring. Kiana's friend even takes the bejeweled collar from around her dog's neck and puts it into the cup. So they're gonna have a lot of stuff to pawn, is what I'm understanding. Ah, friends. But these gifts are too expensive. The keeper of the macabre menagerie smiles at Kiana, showing her fake fangs. Don't even think about refusing. They come with the best of wishes. I'll look more closely at the cup of gifts. Each piece of jewelry was innocuous enough on its own. But now that they have all been gathered together, suspicions have been raised. Their magical auras are too strong, and varied to belong to mundane trinkets, possessing only enough magic to adjust their size to the wearer. Seele, the jewelry. There's something wrong with it. I had this feeling that something was wrong. It's the jewelry, right? They were all made by Master Sunhammer, weren't they? He also made the ring that... The gifts have been given. Let us praise the gods. In the name of Abadar, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may exchange rings and join your lips in a kiss. Elin, Kiana, stop. It's dangerous. You ruined everything, mortal.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Into the fray!
Don't hold back!
Arsana leans over Curl's body, whispering the words of some prayer or spell. Then she looks up. Her eyes are full of terror. Commander, I must inform you. I've fallen victim to a demonic plot. But I don't understand. How? Why? Priestess, you need to focus. You know what happened here or not? Yes. Yes, I think so. Y'all know what possession is, yes? Where a demon can take over the body of a mortal. But there's a more cunning version of this process. When the demon possesses the body, the poor victim's soul is transferred into a special vessel. A vessel for souls. The item is most commonly used for this purpose is a gemstone. Or the item most commonly. I think I said item is. How did demons get here? The Sword of Valor was supposed to keep them away. They didn't get here. They've been here all along, inside the jewelry. And now I realize, these vessels are enchanted to ensure no one sees them for what they truly are. That is why we didn't notice a demon's presence until the very last moment. No one did. Seele swears. So all this happened because of some sparkly rocks. But wait, that means... Yes, it's all because of the sparkly rocks. I think the more expensive pieces house more powerful demons. The maker likely had to use more costly materials for the enchantments on those pieces, to mask the demon's presence. And he didn't want his atrocities to leave him out of pocket. Yeah, I think we'd probably fight one less demon if we buy a cheaper ring for Kiana. So let me get this straight. We paid the scumbag a small fortune, so he could go instead of discussing demon on us. What a crock. All the jewelry was made by the same person. Derek Sunhammer, right? That I do not know. Well, I do. I can smell it. All this crap came right from the same sewer. Did you say possession? So Curl was possessed by a demon that day back at the Houndheart's camp. This young boy's body is alive, but his soul is gone. Arsana moves her hand from pointing at Curl to gesture to the other people lying motionless around her. As are the souls of the other guests, even the poor dogs. Their bodies have been possessed by demons for some time already, and their souls have been transferred into the jewelry. The demon behind this plot stole the cup, taking all the souls with him. Until the jewelry is found and destroyed, we have no hope of saving these poor people. In the encounter are clutching each other's hands. The young woman speaks first. We can't leave it like this. Our friends need our help. I wish I knew if this tragedy could have been prevented. Well, if we'd killed or captured Curl back at the camp, we would have realized that he was possessed and that the ring was the cause. Nah, we don't need to do that. We don't need to point blame at anybody. We need to focus on solving the problem. What can we do, Commander? If demons have kidnapped the souls trapped in the jewelry, we must stop them. I know what we have to do. We need to get back to Dresden now. The first ring that possessed Curl and the second ring I was stupid enough to give you, they both come from the same place. The shop's owned by Derek Sunhammer. We have to get back to Dresden and pay a visit to the Master Jeweler. Elin, are you with us? No. We'll stay here and make sure the bodies whose souls were stolen are returned safely to Dresden. We can't leave them unprotected. If we find the lost souls, we'll be able to bring all the demons' victims back to life. He turns to Kiana. This will be a strange and sorrowful start to our married life, but we must. I married a crusader, not a city baker. We're never going to have a peaceful life, but we'll get through this, together. A painful feeling of emptiness overwhelms you when you look into the victim's face. It seems utterly lifeless, despite the discernible breathing. We must do something. People often say an unexpected guest is as welcome as a demon. But the unexpected guests at my wedding turned out to be actual demons. Demons never rest. Their plots are endless. Then level up, Sunshine. Ability and Perception.
Who, me?
Alright, and back to Dresden. Everyone just collapsed, and then the demons appeared. Wake up. Please wake up. Sela's standing with her weapon drawn, her eyes ablaze. Have you seen the bodies in the streets? I bet anything this is the doing of our jeweler. Let's get to his shop quickly, if you're ready. Not that I have a choice. Yes. Let's go quickly. Cool. Darn it. Darn demons. Commander, Sela. Praise Abadar you're alive. The usually dignified Arsino struggles to catch her breath after running. She says, nervously clenching her hands. I've received news from other temples of Abadar. Most disturbing news. We saw Elin's and Kiana's wedding has been happening across Mendev. People who bought Derek Sunhammer's jewelry have been dropping to the ground, lifeless, with demons emerging from their bodies. The damage done is hard to measure. Demons appeared in 100 locations, and many of them immediately used the turmoil to commit atrocities. Killing, stealing, wreaking wanton destruction. Sorry, wanton destruction, not wanton. As some were quickly dealt with, the cursed jewelry taken from them, and the imprisoned souls freed. But most of the demons fled, taking the jewelry containing the souls of their poor victims with them. Derek Sunhammer himself escaped too. The Inquisition of the Church of Iomedae is searching for him, but they have had no leads as yet. The Church of Abadar is doing whatever it can, and we also suffered losses among both our congregation and our clergy. Arsinoe shakes her head sadly. Such a devious plot, and how skillfully it was executed. As Arsinoe speaks, Seela's face grows more and more grim, and her hands clench anxiously around her weapon. I saw that scumbag right here. I even talked to him. I didn't suspect a thing. I often get a sickening feeling from traitors. Some of them are nasty pieces of work, the way they rip people off. I got that same feeling from him, but I didn't even think of looking closer. And once again, Seela fails to detect evil as a paladin. What will happen to the victims of this attack? Several large churches in Mendev have taken the victims into their care. The priests will keep their bodies alive and well, but unless the jewelry is found and their souls returned, all these efforts will be for naught. What did Sunhammer want to achieve by doing this? It's not clear. He's been the most famous jeweler in Mendev for several years now. He counted many influential personages or their relatives among his clients. Nobility, generals, priests, merchants. They, their children, or their loved ones, and not only lifeless bodies, their souls stolen away and hidden who knows where. The possibilities for blackmail and sowing blind panic are limitless. I suppose the Inquisition and the Mendevian authorities will try to keep the situation under control, but it is still extremely dangerous. How did no one notice anything? Magic Knight Commander, and highly sophisticated magic at that. The jewelry items were well protected, and no one detected the demons hiding in them. If we assume that Derek Sunhammer not only made the jewelry, but also charmed the items, we must conclude that he is an incredibly powerful and skilled spellcaster. So all his jewelry came with a hidden surprise. Not all of it. The Inquisition combed through everything. Most of what was sold in Sunhammer's shops was perfectly ordinary. The demon jewelry was sold to a select few, and always by Sunhammer directly, not through his golems. It is clear that he targeted his victims deliberately. I see. That is all I can tell you. I hope I've been helpful. If it's within your power, help track down Sunhammer and the Stolen Souls Commander. This chaos must be stopped. Arsinoe bows to you and leaves. Seela sheathes her weapon angrily and sucks in a breath through her teeth. But then she seems to steady herself and looks at you, her eyes bright. But what do you know? Looks like we got ourselves tangled up in some demonic conspiracy. I'm so glad you came to the wedding with me, and that we managed to find out what happened. Because otherwise, Seela the Dimwit would have come alone, given the bride a ring with a surprise demon inside, who would have failed miserably when she tried to help. But you're the one who noticed something odd was happening, and you saved Kiana. At least I saved her, right? Good to know I'm not entirely useless. Huh. Grim determination burns in Seela's eyes. I can't leave it like this. If anyone has an obligation to find that low-life Sunhammer and return all the stolen souls, it's me. I'll do everything in my power to find him. Something tells me that the demon-collaborating scumbag is somewhere here in the World Wound. I'll seek help from every quarter. I'll interrogate imprisoned demons and cultists. Whatever it takes to get to the truth. Alright, so we'll check in with Seela and Arsinoe. We'll probably call it here, and next time we'll go to the Murky Grotto.
I'm gone. I'll take care of it.
Good days and clear skies. What do you say? Where are we off to today? How are you? Elin's wedding. Things didn't exactly go as planned. What does it matter how I am? I can't stop thinking about everyone who suffered. Clever Sela the Paladin, companion of the God's Chosen One. Didn't even notice a demon conspiracy right under her nose. I'm going to officially change my name to Sela the Dimwit. That's how I'll introduce myself to everyone I meet, so that they know they can't count on me. Sela chuckles grimly, then adds in a softer, more serious tone. We're too late to save the souls of all these victims. I'll never forgive myself. You know what else I keep thinking about? What happened to Curl? Did he really want to steal the ring? Did he just get what was coming to him? Or was it the fault of the demon who possessed his body? So many questions and so much grief. As if a whole world wound and 2 demon lords out there just waiting to hurt us wasn't enough.
I am never wrong.
How can I help you? Is there any news about the poor folk whose souls were taken? Or sorry, stolen. I'm just making up words now. I know, but believe me, I'm not going to leave this alone. This is a serious crime, one that happened right under my nose. I consider it a personal insult, and am willing to help Elin and everyone involved. Every day I spend some time trying to find the stolen souls with prayers and divine magic. My search has brought no results yet, but as soon as it does, I'll let you know. We'll probably take care of this next time. Yeah, there's a lot to read. We'll do that next time.
My skills are absolute.
So I go park next to the Citadel, because we'll rest up before we set out to the Murky Grotto, and then we'll level up all of our companions. Well, we'll level up first, make sure I slot all my spells, and then rest. At least that's the plan. I almost always forget to slot my spells after leveling up. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Next time, we'll do any housekeeping in the Citadel that needs to be done, any Crusade management. Then we'll level up our companions, rest, and then set out for the Murky Grotto and do the DLC area. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one.